In the 1960s, the quiet town of Point Pleasant, West Virginia, became the center of a terrifying mystery. Locals began reporting a massive winged figure with glowing red eyes flying through the night sky. Strange phone calls, eerie dreams, and an overwhelming sense of dread followed. Then, disaster struck. They called it the Mothman. This isn't just folklore. It's based on real testimonies, real events, and one chilling idea. Sometimes the scariest thing isn't the creature itself, but the message it brings. In the quiet hills and wooded valleys of West Virginia, there exists a legend that has haunted the imaginations of many for decades. This is the story of the Mothman prophecies, a tale woven from mystery, tragedy, and the unexplainable, where ordinary people found themselves face to face with something beyond comprehension. It begins in the small, unassuming town of Point Pleasant, nestled along the banks of the Ohio River. In the late autumn of 1966, the air was crisp, and leaves painted the landscape in shades of red and gold. Life moved at a gentle pace, and the townsfolk went about their daily routines, unaware that their world was about to change forever. On the night of November 15th, two young couples, Roger and Linda Scarberry and Steve and Mary Mallett, were driving through the darkness near an abandoned World War II munitions plant known locally as the TNT area. The night was uneventful until they noticed something strange by the side of the road. There, illuminated by their headlights, stood a figure unlike anything they had ever seen. It was tall, well over 6 feet, its body dark and humanoid, but its most striking features were its enormous folded wings and a pair of glowing red eyes that seemed to pierce the night. The creature stared at them, unmoving, and then, with a sudden burst of motion, it unfurled its wings and began to pursue their car, gliding effortlessly above the ground at incredible speed. Terrified, the couple sped back to town, their hearts pounding, convinced they had seen something otherworldly. When they reached safety, they reported the encounter to the local authorities. The police, skeptical but curious, accompanied them back to the TNT area, but the creature was nowhere to be found. Still, the couple's fear was genuine, and word of the encounter spread quickly through Point Pleasant. In the following days, more sightings were reported. People described seeing a winged creature with glowing red eyes, sometimes standing motionless, other times flying silently over the treetops. Pets went missing, and some residents reported strange noises in the night. The local press dubbed the mysterious being Mothman, inspired by the popularity of comic book heroes of the time. As the legend grew, so did the sense of unease in Point Pleasant. Some believed Mothman was a harbinger of doom, a supernatural warning of impending disaster. Others dismissed the sightings as mass hysteria, fueled by fear and rumor. But for those who claimed to have seen the creature, there was no doubt. Something strange was happening in their town. Among those drawn to the mystery was John A. Keel, a journalist and author known for his investigations into unexplained phenomena. Keel arrived in Point Pleasant in December 1966, determined to uncover the truth behind the Mothman sightings. He interviewed witnesses, collected reports, and soon found himself entangled in a web of strange events that went far beyond a single creature. Keel discovered that, alongside the Mothman sightings, residents were experiencing a rash of unusual occurrences. People reported encounters with mysterious strangers who called themselves Men in Black. Figures dressed in dark suits who asked bizarre questions and seemed to possess uncanny knowledge. There were reports of strange lights in the sky, electrical disturbances, and unsettling phone calls. Some even claimed to receive cryptic warnings about the future. As the months passed, the sense of dread in Point Pleasant deepened. The Mothman continued to appear, sometimes to individuals, sometimes to groups. Witnesses described feelings of intense fear, as if the creature's presence was accompanied by a kind of psychic terror. Some reported dreams of disaster, visions of water, destruction, and death. December 15, 1967, marked the climax of the Mothman legend. On that cold winter evening, the Silver Bridge, which connected Point Pleasant to Gallipolis, Ohio, was crowded with holiday shoppers and commuters. Without warning, the bridge began to shake and groan. In a matter of moments, the structure collapsed into the icy waters of the Ohio River, sending cars and people plunging into the depths below. 46 lives were lost that night. The tragedy stunned the community and made headlines across the nation. In the aftermath, the Mothman sightings abruptly ceased. For many, the creature's appearances had been an omen, a warning that went unheeded until disaster struck. John Keel chronicled these events in his book, The Mothman Prophecies, weaving together eyewitness accounts, strange coincidences, and his own experiences in Point Pleasant. He suggested that the Mothman, the Men in Black, and other paranormal phenomena were all interconnected, part of a larger, mysterious reality that defied easy explanation. The legend of the Mothman did not end with the collapse of the Silver Bridge. Over the years, sightings of similar creatures have been reported in other parts of the world, from Chicago to Chernobyl. Some believe that the Mothman is a supernatural being, a guardian or a curse appearing before great disasters as a warning to humanity. Others see it as a product of fear and imagination, a symbol of the unknown lurking at the edges of our understanding. In Point Pleasant, the Mothman has become both a source of fascination and a symbol of resilience. The town hosts an annual Mothman festival, drawing visitors from around the world. There is a statue in the town square, its metallic wings outstretched, its red eyes gazing into the future, a reminder of the events that once gripped the community in fear and wonder. But what is the truth behind the Mothman? Was it a misidentified bird, an unknown animal, or something far stranger? Some researchers have suggested that the creature was a sandhill crane, displaced from its natural habitat. Others point to the psychological effects of stress, isolation, and rumor in a small town. Still others believe that the Mothman represents a genuine encounter with the unknown, an entity that exists at the margins of reality, glimpsed only in moments of crisis. The story of the Mothman prophecies is more than a tale of a mysterious creature. It is a story about the power of belief, the nature of fear, and the human search for meaning in the face of the inexplicable. It is about how communities respond to the unknown, whether with skepticism, curiosity, or awe. It is about the ways in which tragedy and mystery can become intertwined, leaving a mark that endures long after the events themselves have faded into history. As with all legends, the truth of the Mothman remains elusive, but the questions it raises are as compelling today as they were in 1966. What lies beyond the limits of our perception? Are there forces at work in the world that we cannot see or understand? And if so, what might they be trying to tell us? In the quiet hours of the night, when the wind stirs the trees and the shadows grow long, the people of Point Pleasant remember. Some recall the terror of those days, the sense of something watching from the darkness. Others remember the loss and the pain of the Silver Bridge collapse, the lives forever changed in an instant. And some, perhaps, look to the sky and wonder if the Mothman still lingers, waiting and watching, a silent sentinel at the edge of the unknown. The legend continues to inspire storytellers, researchers, and seekers of the strange. It has been the subject of books, films, and countless investigations. Yet, despite decades of study, no definitive answers have emerged. The Mothman remains a mystery, a symbol of the unknown, and a reminder that, even in our modern age, there are still wonders and terrors that defy explanation. For those who visit Point Pleasant, the story is alive in the memories of those who were there, in the artifacts preserved in the local museum, and in the whispers that drift through the streets after dark. It is a story that invites us to look beyond the surface of things, to question what we know, and to embrace the possibility that the world is stranger than we can imagine. Perhaps that is the true legacy of the Mothman prophecies, not just a tale of fear and tragedy, but a call to curiosity, a challenge to open our minds to the mysteries that surround us. For in every legend, there is a seed of truth, and in every mystery, a chance to discover something new about ourselves and the world we inhabit. So, as the sun sets over the hills of West Virginia and the shadows lengthen across the Ohio River, The story of the Mothman endures. It lives in the questions that remain unanswered, in the memories of those who witnessed the unexplainable, and in the hearts of all who seek to understand the mysteries of the night. In the end, the Mothman is more than a monster or a myth. It is a symbol of the unknown, a reminder that no matter how much we learn, there will always be things that lie just beyond our grasp, waiting, watching, and perhaps, in their own way, trying to tell us something important. And so, the legend continues, whispered in the darkness, carried on the wind, and written in the hearts of those who believe. The Mothman waits, its wings outstretched, its eyes aglow, a sentinel at the threshold of the unknown, forever a part of the story of Point Pleasant, and of all those who dare to look beyond the ordinary and into the realm of the extraordinary.